दोस्तों, इस क्लास में आपको डिक्टेशन प्रोवाइड करूंगा मैं 80 WPM पर SSC और DSSSB के लिए जो स्पेशल मैंने मैटर तैयार किए हैं उसकी आपको डिक्टेशन प्रोवाइड कर रहा हूं 80 WPM पर। बी रेडी फॉर इट। I have some concerns particularly about the National Commission for Indian System of Medicine Bill. We know that India is a land of ancient and diverse medicine systems, and while promoting the idea of healthy lifestyle where equal importance is given to physical and mental well-being, the Indian system of medicine actually manages to focus on the overall wellness of the person, unlike the Western system, which essentially treats specific symptoms to tackle diseases. And also, as we have heard from the minister, we have amalgamated the profound influences of medicinal geniuses from other civilizations, such as from Germany, which developed homeopathy, or those from Greece, which has devised thought-provoking techniques that added immense value to the field of Unani medicine. Now, Ayush is doing what it can, but the preventive and curative measures prescribed by our Indian systems, which have originated in the Vedic period, are inspired by nature and have been prescribed by celebrated authorities of our centuries, are still practiced in the homes of our country. Coupled with the use of plant products, as they have a medicinal basis and a history of stories of remarkable results, the popularity of these systems all over the country makes the responsibility of the government to pass a good bill all the more important. Now, we know the government created a Department of Indian Systems of Medicine and Homeopathy in 1995, but our concerns about this go back well before that. The abundant potential that Indian medical systems have to offer at a time of COVID-19, the pandemic, and all the stresses and strains on the healthcare systems of our country means that this issue is all the more important. This is why I am concerned, Mr. Speaker, that there are 8 deficiencies. Because of the time factor, I am trying to be brief. There are 8 issues I would like very much the Honorable Minister to take a good look at. Para 1, the bill seeks to fortify and regulate the existing medical education system so that it is capable of churning out high quality medical professionals. It has prescribed, as he mentioned, an effective grievance redressal mechanism, periodic assessment, and so on, but it has ignored many other recommendations of the Standing Committee in its report on the bill, which I think is a sad reflection on the government's penchant to bypass parliamentary institutions and processes. First, sir, yoga and naturopathy have been excluded. We know the government is rightly proud of its role in popularizing yoga internationally with the United Nations International Yoga Day and so on. Naturopathy is also very well known and practiced in our country as a drugless treatment of disease by applying the simple laws of nature to people's wellness. But this commission, which is supposed to represent an all-encompassing, varied body in overseeing all the Indian systems of medicine, arbitrarily excludes both yoga and naturopathy. They otherwise fall under the ambit of the Ayush Ministry as I understand it. The Standing Committee recommended creating a board of yoga and naturopathy to provide representation to these two important fields. But the ministry has not, unfortunately, done this in the bill. I believe the Honorable Minister told the Rajya Sabha that there would be a separate bill concerning yoga and naturopathy, but then I fail to understand the rationale behind bringing multiple legislations on the same issue when a simple provision in the current bill would have adequately sufficed. If yoga and naturopathy are also Indian systems of medicine as acknowledged by the Ayush Ministry itself, why are they not included in a bill that seems to cover the entire gamut of Indian systems? This is a very important issue because you are creating a convoluted process of multiple legislation unnecessarily. Secondly, the government has not only ignored the recommendations of the Standing Committee, it seems to have basically violated the Constitution in conferring to the central government itself the appellate jurisdiction provided by the legislation. An appeal can be preferred against any decision of this new National Commission to the central government, which will be the final decision-making authority. So, while it is understandable that the government is trying to do something to professionalize this, I am giving you just 2 sentences on each of my 8 points with the principle of separation of powers. The government cannot create the commission and also have the final say on these matters. The setting up of an appellate tribunal has been recommended by the Standing Committee and ignored by the government. Thirdly, sir, there is no examination or training for existing teachers. They have talked about a national teachers eligibility test for postgraduates of varied disciplines, but they do not do anything to actually certify the standards of the current teachers of these disciplines. Stop. दोस्तों इसी के साथ ये डिक्टेशन फिनिश होती है। बहुत ही अच्छी डिक्टेशन है और ये डिक्टेशन इसीलिए तैयार की गई है ताकि आप लोग बहुत अच्छे से प्रैक्टिस कर सकें और एग्जाम में आपको दिक्कत ना हो। बहुत से बच्चे ऐसे हैं जो ये कमेंट करते हैं कि ये स्पीड 80 नहीं 100 है। तो पहले मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा आप लोगों से कि आप पहले पूरी डिक्टेशन की स्पीड को, नंबर ऑफ वर्ड्स और स्पीड जितने टाइम में ये कंप्लीट हुआ है उस टाइम को डिवाइड करके देखिए, तब आपको पता चलेगा डिक्टेशन 80 WPM की ही होती है। पर एक चीज़ है कि मैं थोड़ी फ्लक्चुएशंस करता हूं, अराउंड 84-85 तक लेके जाता हूं सो दैट एग्जाम में आपको प्रॉब्लम ना हो। क्योंकि अगर आपको सिर्फ डायरेक्टली सिर्फ कंटिन्यूसली 80 WPM की कांस्टेंट लिखनी है तो उसका कोई फायदा नहीं है। एग्जाम में आपको तब प्रॉब्लम ज़रूर होगी जब आप बोलेंगे कि डिक्टेटर स्पीड को 85 ले गया, 90 ले गया, 95 ले गया। तो आपको फ्लक्चुएशंस के साथ प्रैक्टिस करना ज़रूरी है। इसी वजह से मैं आज से नहीं, जब से चैनल मेरा ये चल रहा है तब से डिक्टेशंस इसी मैनर में प्रोवाइड कर रहा हूं। तो इसीलिए आपको प्रैक्टिस भी उसी तरीके से करनी है। अगर आपको डिक्टेशन सही नहीं लगती हैं तो आप प्रैक्टिस मत कीजिए, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है उसमें। पर आप पहले ये देखिए कि स्पीड क्या है, ओवरऑल स्पीड क्या है, क्यों आपको इस तरीके का डिक्टेशन दी जा रही है, उसके पीछे का मोटिव आप देखिए। प्रैक्टिस करेंगे तो इम्प्रूवमेंट ज़रूर होगी। और कुछ बच्चे ऐसे होते हैं जो अभी इस तरीके की डिक्टेशन जिनका लेवल थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा होता है उनके लिए तैयार नहीं होते, तो उनको डिक्टेशन की स्पीड ऑटोमेटिकली और ज़्यादा लगती है। तो वो सीधे कह देते हैं कि 100 की स्पीड है, 105 की स्पीड है, पर ऐसा नहीं होता। तो आपको अगर प्रैक्टिस करनी है तो आप अच्छे से प्रैक्टिस कीजिए ताकि एग्जाम में दिक्कत ना हो। ठीक है, आपसे मुलाकात करता हूँ अगली क्लास में अगली ट्रांसक्रिप्शन के साथ। तब तक के लिए बाय बाय, टेक केयर।